Sco, and you are live on the Sco Show, man. What's up with everybody? Been a little while, but I got a nice little discussion we're gonna have today. The topic for today is fraudulent schemes. It kind of reminds me of a time I went to a car lot and I was looking at this expedition, right? Had a cold paint job on it, rims. It looked like everything in the world. Boy, that motor wasn't nothing. You gotta look under the hood sometimes, cause them paint jobs will fool you, man. And it's a lot of fraudulent dudes and fake dudes out here. I know y'all see the paint stains on my hand, but I'm a working man. I sandblast and paint borders for a living. That's a man job, you feel me? But anyways, it reminds me of a lot of these dudes out here, man, that try to play a role, and they do it because they ain't got, they really ain't got what it takes to be that one. You know what I'm saying? So there was this dude when I first started doing YouTube, right? Red Child. I wanted to get my name out there, and I thought his channel was like that because I seen a dude Mike from Sac on his channel, and from what I've seen with Mike, he's a solid dude, man. I seen Big Lance on his channel. That's one of the dog homies out of Virginia. I'm not a dog, but I'm very close with a lot of them. I'm from West Virginia. It's a lot of them here. But anyways, he's a stocky dude, got a couple tattoos and this, that, and the third. But come to find out, boy, he was just like that expedition I was looking at. You know, paint job fool. But the thing is, when God be for you, can't nobody shut you down, man. And I've done a lot of interviews on my channel with other dudes, but I figured, why not do one with me, right? And give y'all some real deal Holyfield convicting for your soul. You know, it started out. Look at these hands. You see that? Boy, that's that stain. That'll come off. It'll come off with time, but it's gonna take a little bit. Borders it. You feel me? But anyways, so in 1983, I was born in El Paso, Texas. Okay, to a single mother. My pops had took her down there to El Paso to stay with his brother or something because they was in the military. And they got a huge military base down there. But 7 months into my mom's pregnancy, they stole her car, left her there, and they went back to West Virginia. Now, mind you, my mother from Huntington, West Virginia, small town, 60,000 people, nothing like El Paso, and she don't speak Spanish, and most of the people are that down there. So they leave her down there, and at first, some people act like they're gonna help her. And then while she's at work, they steal everything she has, 7 months pregnant, and tell her the reason is because they don't like gringos. And for y'all that don't know what a gringa is, it's a white lady. So they robbed my pregnant mother. So 7 months in the belly, I'm already getting used to this struggle. They robbed my mom, steal her car. Put this music on. And come back to West Virginia, leave her down there. So now she's homeless after being robbed for her stuff that was left there with her again. She meets some friends that she works with, stays with them in El Paso. I end up being born. There was a dude named Eddie Rodriguez that really was playing pops at the time, man. And to be honest with you, they say that that's my real dad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't honestly tell you who he is. And I ain't ashamed of that. It is what it is, bro. So my mom has me. Something happens. Eddie goes to the joint. We moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm 2 years old. Down there, I briefly remember that, bro. I was real young. Then we moved to Phoenix when I'm 3 years old. Okay. So when we get to Phoenix, I remember that a little bit. It was kind of rough. We lived in some projects. I remember seeing like fights and stuff like that. We was in this apartment one night with my mom and a bunch of her friends that were like bikers and Mexicans and stuff. And then, like, I remember this fight started happening. Dude's got this dude against the wall, like smashing his face. That's really about what I remember of Phoenix, like a couple crazy situations. So my grandma and her dude at the time, a guy I called Pawpaw Bill, straight gangster. They come down to Phoenix to get me and my mom, bring us back to West Virginia. Well, bring me to West Virginia. I had never been there yet. My mother and them were from there. So I get to Huntington at 3 years old. Life's got some shaky ups and downs, man. Some abuse, every type you could think of. I'm gonna be real with you, man. At 7 years old, my mom sent me to California on a plane by myself. Now imagine this: 7-year-old kid on a plane. Now they had a program like with the stewardess. They make sure you get to the terminals and stuff you going to. But 7 years old. So I fly to LA. My family picks me up. I have some cousins and stuff in California. I'm out there for like a year and a half, man. I keep getting in trouble and they just couldn't take it. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, I'm so young, I don't know how they couldn't take it, but whatever. You know what I mean? But they showed me love while I was there, did the best they could. Now, when it was time to send me back, my mother had moved to Orlando, Florida by this time. So I flew from Los Angeles to Chicago, from Chicago to Orlando by myself again. You know what I'm saying? So I get out to Florida. About the time I'm 10 years old, I get put in the sheriff's ranch. I'm there about 7, 8 months, man, and this is a rough place. I don't know if you guys are familiar with sheriff's ranches or if you've ever heard of those juvenile facilities down there that the sheriffs run, but they're bad, man. About 11 months into that, I come home for a home visit, and they paddle you at that place, right? So I show my mom, like, my whole, like, backside is black, bro. Like, they tore my hind end up, broke my tailbone. So I got pulled out of there. The place got in trouble for child abuse. My mom sent me back to West Virginia with my granny. I wasn't there 6 months, bro. I caught a case. 10 years old. So I'm into the juvenile system, 10 years old. And any of y'all who know Sco, I never left that juvenile system until I was 14. Came home, caught that big case, the M-boy. Didn't come back home till I was 18 years old on a review. You know what I'm saying? From there, non-stop bids. All of y'all know me. You know my history. You know what my cases are, bro. High-speed chases, traffickings. You know about the M. Well, I ain't never had no stealing. I ain't never had no sex case. I ain't never had no breaking and entering. I ain't never been no weirdo like that, boy. So I sit and give this dude Josh from DOC TV an interview and break down some of my life. Now, when I gave it to him, I gave him a small portion. For y'all to know me, I broke it down for him when I caught my case in Kentucky until when I came home the next time. Now, all of y'all that know Sco, you know that when I came home from Kentucky, it was up. I had 4 indictments, back to back to back to back. And we put all 4 of them in a box. They was rooting for me like I was a school hero or something, like I was a movie star. Because I'm in the newspaper beating cases like Rocky. You hear me? The first case, they raided a house I was in. I'm laying on a bed. They found a pack of dope, 10 stamps of fentanyl in a baggie underneath a bed. This ain't my house. This ain't my bedroom. This ain't none. It's a flop house. This is at the time when I was still doing dope, man. Strung out. I'm in there homeless, sleeping. You know what the law is. Ain't your crib, ain't your on you, it ain't yours. And it really wasn't mine. But since I'm in the house, You know what it is. They're going to charge me, right? So, as they're arresting me, I tell this cop, like, man, I get these cuffs off of me. I'm going to knock your teeth out, homeboy. And I meant that. Remember I told you that. They charged me with possession with intent. Then, while they're booking me on that, they go down and charge me with a retaliation against a public official. Remember I told you about that retaliation against a public official, because it's the one thing they ended up using to get me. So, boom. Go to jail, bond out 10 days later. In the state of West Virginia, after you're in jail 10 days, they have a preliminary hearing. And they do it in front of a magistrate to present enough evidence to see if you're good enough to go to the grand jury. If they ain't got enough to go to the grand jury, they let you out. But you're getting bound over, bro. You know what type of time it is. So look, bond out. While I'm on bond, boy, I should have just stayed in the rehab that they sent me to. Boy, I ran off. Okay. When I ran off, I end up down Kentucky. I'm not going to relive the whole situation with y'all, but those of you who know me, you know what happened. It's all over the internet. Supposedly, a robbery, homicide happened in Kentucky with some Mexicans. Supposedly, I was investigated on it. Supposedly, I came back to West Virginia in a stolen car with a whole bunch of pounds of this, that, and a third. Supposedly, I got in a high-speed chase and supposedly shot the police's windshield, took off my foot, and got away. This is all allegedly, right? Now, the three people that they pulled out the car as witnesses said it was me, but they didn't get our real names. So, they don't know if it's me or not. I'll just be real, what? So then I got an indictment for fleeing with reckless indifference, attempted murder on a police officer, retaliation against a public official again. I'm facing 3-4 life sentences on this. Still on the run, though. Boom. Then I get accused of kidnapping a dude that owed me some money and making him rob a Dollar General. Okay? Now, they said that this dude went into a Dollar General, snatched some money out of a register, ran out the store, and some girl chased him out of the store. And this girl said that she seen him get in a car with a black dude, fat black dude driving. But we get away, right? If it was me, we did. You know what I'm saying? Well, dude tells the police, no, that wasn't a black dude. That was Mike Sco wearing a big ass black bubble coat. Boy, whatever. So I got an indictment for kidnapping and robbery. The last indictment was for a failure to appear. I was at a group or a rehab. Remember I told y'all that? They let me out on bond to a rehab. Well, that rehab, when I ran off, they discharged me as homeless. In the state of West Virginia, the only way you can beat a failure to appear is if you can prove that you didn't know you had court. If you don't have an address for them to send a notice to, guess what? They can't prove you knew you had court. I'll beat that. So check this out, man. All these indictments come up back to back to back. Now on the robbery, we go for trial date. This girl comes in the courtroom and looks dead at the judge. She says, I done told y'all, and you're wasting my time. It was a fat black dude driving that car. I don't know why y'all got that man sitting there in them cuffs. Boy. So dude ratted on me. Tried to. If it was really me, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But ratted, admitted his guilt, went to the joint. Boy, they dropped that case on me right then and there because the witness said it was a fat black guy driving. The three witnesses that was supposed to be on that high-speed chase attempt murder on the police. Boy, they had 3 false names for 3 people that don't exist. So who knows? The police could have made it up that they said it was me. That got thrown out. The failure of peer got beat. But remember that little threat I told you I made to the police? I'm what you call a habitual criminal in the state of West Virginia, which means that they will give you life for one felony, your next felony conviction. They will give you life. So at the end of it, the cop was coming to testify, bro, that I threatened him. That retaliation against a public official was going to life me out. So they said, look here, I don't care you beat these other cases or not. You could take this 1 to 15 on that possession with intent, 1 to 5 on a fleeing with reckless indifference, 1 to 3 on the attempt to commit a felony with the dope shit. Boy, they gave me 3 to 23 years consecutive. This shit I already beat. But I couldn't go to trial with a cop testifying. Now, mind you, when I get into jail, I'm feeling like I'm going to be gone forever. So I start turning up. I got hostage taking tickets. I got extortion tickets. I got assault with serious injuries. Bro, I got inciting riots, demonstrations. So my point score was a gabillion. My only point in telling you is because I don't brag on no evil. Because I was a fool to do those things, bro. I was a fool. Because it took me away from my family, man. But one thing I never did was break bread with men that had committed sexual offenses or that had harmed women or children. And you got clowns on the internet trying to dirty my name. Only one, Josh from DLC TV. Because, man, I won't fool him again. Bro, you were locked up for making threats and harming an 80-year-old man, dog, snatching purses. Bro, if you don't get on, my name is Michael Edward Sco, homeboy. Google me. And for all your so-called fans that's making fake comments on my page, they can Google me too, dog. Because don't nothing pop up when you put my name in but mug shots and murder investigations. You could take it how you want, dude. And all that other foolishness and falseness, I don't glorify nothing but God. That's a fact. I'm ashamed of any evil I've ever done in my life, bro. Ashamed of any evil I've done in my life. And that little comment you made down there, the chain not real, gang, it's real motion, right? Boy, I ain't balling. What you mean? I ain't faking the funk neither. And it's funny, you got a weird ass YouTube name. You dudes be fake as hell for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think that you would have respect or some type of admiration for a real one, dog. But I ain't hating on you, homie. I hope your change real. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, real killers vouch for me, homeboy. I wasn't no participant in nothing I ever been a part of. I ran everything I ever put my hands in. You better ask somebody. But now, my only mission in giving any of these messages or telling any of my history is to help the youth, man. Hopefully they don't make the mistakes I did. Hopefully they learn from seeing things like this on YouTube or on whatever channel they watch, man. But I'll promise you this. You are nowhere in the league like me, bro. You run a channel called DOC TV, but you're a lame, dog. You ain't got no bids in like that. A person can talk to you and figure out what type of dude you are. And as far as anything else goes, you know what type of time I'm on. Anyways. So, let this be a lesson to y'all. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody in this world. Nobody. This is for the youngsters, bro. The gangbangers, the ones that's really in the street. Not for you. You feel me? This is for the ones really in that. Bro, there ain't no loyalty in the streets. Ain't no love in the game. You could love the streets all you want. You could love the gang all you want. You could love the game all you want. It ain't gonna love you back, brother. And the thing is, you're trying to fill a void. But you can't fill with that, man. I spent 22 years in the cage, and sometimes I make decisions like I never did a day. Like I never did a day, homie. And the opinions of peons don't matter to me, brother. Word, they don't. But what does matter to me, if I can help one youngster that's going down that path, man. If I could look you dead in your eyes and tell you that when they glorify the slide, and when they glorify these prison stories, when they glorify these streets, they don't tell you about them lonely nights in the joint, man. They don't tell you about them hunger pains. They don't tell you about them kill or be killed situations. Dog, I ain't do my time in no camp. I pray to God that one of you youngsters that watch this, or one of you dudes that watch this that may be on the wrong path or searching for yourself, you're not going to find it in the streets, man. It takes a real man to do the right thing. You ain't got to follow the flock. Real gangsters don't do that. It takes a real man to do the right thing. It takes a real man to deny his selfish needs and make sacrifices to get to where he wants to go. Don't be a Josh from DOC TV and try to live your life off other people's stories, or try to be like everybody else, bro. Or snatch purses off old ladies' arms or bully old people. Be something solid, man. Stand on something. Moral structuring, bro. It's your boy Sco, live on the Sco Show.